Well, hi Team Herbalife, it's Rob Walsh, and today we want to talk about how do we handle the situation when you've explained the products to people and they love the idea and they love the concept, but when it comes to the how much it's going to cost them to get on the program, we get that situation come up where people say, oh man, it's too expensive, I can't afford it. How do we handle that situation so that we can end up helping that person with our incredible products? And this is something that happened to me when I got started. I run into that a few times, and my coach helped me get through that. So I'm going to share with you the things that were shared with me, that worked for me, that I've shared with and taught others of my partners, and it's worked for them, and they'll work for you too. So there's several ways to do this, and I'm going to share with you all three of the ones that I use commonly, and it'll help you out no end. But the first thing is this, is that what is too expensive? It's a very, very subjective thing, isn't it? And I want you to imagine for a moment the Mercedes-Benz dealer. Do you think that he ever gets people come in and look at their cars and then when they find out how much they are, they say, oh, mate, too expensive? You think that happens? Of course it happens. And you know what? It probably happens to the Hyundai dealer as well, doesn't it? People go in, check the car out, and then when they find out the sticker price, they go, oh, look, it's too expensive, we can't afford it. But people are buying Mercedes-Benz and people are buying Hyundais nevertheless. So what is expensive is always a very subjective thing. And you know what? When we talk about price, we also got to look at value. And I guess if you're like me, you've made the mistake that you've got the option of buying something and you look at it, you've got, item A is so much and item B is so much. And so you go like this and you take the cheaper option and you live to regret it. You would have been better off spending the extra money. And there's a saying that, value is remembered and quality is remembered long after price is forgotten. And that is so true, and it's especially true with our incredible products, okay? So just to get the ball rolling on this, the first thing we've got to start at is how do you feel? You're on the products. What are your results? Don't you feel better? Haven't you had an energy shift? Haven't you lost weight, gained weight? Hasn't your skin improved? Isn't your digestion improving? Have a look at what your results are, and then how do you feel about the product? Is it worth the investment that you're making in your health to be on these products? Aren't you finding that you're saving money on your grocery bills and your food bills? Aren't you finding that you're not snacking as much, spending money on food that's not promoting your health and making you look better, feel better, and live longer in good health? Aren't you finding all these things? I certainly found those things because, at the start, I have to be honest, I thought the product was pricey. I did. So I know how you feel if you feel that way yourself. And I understand how your potential clients feel because I also felt that way. But let me tell you what I found. Being on the products, I just felt great. I just had more energy. I started to lose weight. I started to look better. I started to feel better. I started to save money on my grocery bills and my food bills. And you know what? I just felt great. And at the end of that, here's what I found. That whatever it cost me to be on the products was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. And I'm sure you feel the same. And what we want to do is have our clients, our potential clients, feel the same as well. So there's a couple of things. Let's talk about how we talk about the products first. We always should talk about cellular nutrition. Herbalife is the company, Cellular Nutrition is the product that we have. And as you know, we have three programs primarily, which is our Quick Start, Advanced, and Ultimate. Okay? Now, how do we explain those? Is not Quick Start, Advanced, Ultimate, but we explain them as fast, faster, and fastest. Okay? Fast, faster, and fastest. Three programs. So when you're talking to somebody about the product, just say, listen, we've got this incredible product. It's called Cellular Nutrition, and we've got three programs, fast, faster, and fastest. Okay? Now, that's what people want to hear. Fast, faster, and fastest. Yeah? So we know this because of our experience in dealing and helping people with the products over these past 21, going on 22 years now. Okay? So what we want to look at is, presenting the product so that people get to understand the concept of what we're doing here. Okay? Now, when you get to the stage where you mention to people how much it is, and if you get that, whoa, it's too expensive and I can't afford it type thing, okay, There's several ways to handle it. Now, some of our partners who are doing an exceptional job helping so many people, they do a little survey. They say, I'm just going to do this little survey. And one of the questions is, how much do you spend on food per week? And then they try to bring it down to per day, and then they bring it down to per meal, okay? And, you know, I do a little exercise from time to time, and I recommend that you do it too. When I'm in the shopping malls, I go to the food court, and I observe what people are spending on their lunch. You know, people are buying, you know, salads, they buy Subways, they're buying, you know, the Asian noodle meals, you know, the chicken, the burgers, all sorts of things. And I found that people spend, it seems to me, somewhere between $8 and $14 for that meal. Now, you know, you might want to do the same and see what your conclusion is. And as a result of me doing that, I've concluded that everybody can afford to be on one of our programs, whether it be faster or fastest, because that's only one meal, okay? And when you do the breakdown, you know, you can quite clearly see that being on Herbalife is going to save you money, because it's not extra money, okay? It's money that you're already spending on food. You're now just redirecting some of that money towards Herbalife, okay? Towards our either faster or fastest program, okay? So that certainly works, okay? You know, doing the price comparison thing, and you break it down to a daily cost. There's another way to do it is you know, again, the feel, felt, found, and you might want to jot that down. Feel, felt, found. You heard me say a moment ago, if you think it's too expensive, I know how you feel, because I felt that way too. But let me tell you what I found, okay? And what you found is that you look better, feel better, you have more energy, whatever your situation is, and you share that with your potential client, okay? And the objective of that is to say, well, look, I thought it was expensive, but now I don't think it's expensive, and here's the reasons why. And what you're saying is that it's totally worth it to be on our program. But the thing I was taught, and it worked for me, and it's worked for so many others that I've taught it to, and I learned this in many schools. I learned it from my mentor, and I also learned it directly from Mark Hughes in his trainings, okay? And you've heard this before, is the situation where what we want to do is get people off thinking about price or cost and thinking about benefit. And they're two totally different things. You know, everything has its price, doesn't it? There's a price for being on Herbalife, for sure, and there's a price for not being on Herbalife, okay? That's the yin and yang of life, okay? Every side of the coin has a cost or a price. So, you know, the thing that I learned from Mark and all my other coaches, and I've learned this and used it over all these years now, if somebody says to me, look, you know, it sounds great, but I can't afford it, I think it's too expensive, I just say to them, look, you know, I don't know what your budget is, I don't know about that, okay? But here's what I do know. You know, when I got on these products, I was 12 kilos overweight. I had stomach ulcers and incredible acidic problems. You know, my energy levels were shot. I felt terrible and I looked terrible. But when I got on these products, you know, I got incredible energy shift. I went on to lose 12 kilos in 3 months. I've kept that off. My stomach ulcers cleared up, and I also lost psoriasis that I'd had on my elbows and shins and scalp for, you know, 20-something years, and that was gone in a year, okay? So what I know is this: if you get on these products, you're going to look great, you're going to feel great, you're going to absolutely love this stuff. And if you're not happy for any reason, including that you think it's too expensive, I'll be more than happy to give you your money back after 30 days. But listen, we got fast, faster, fastest, and we got chocolate, berry, vanilla. Which flavor do you like? Okay? Now, let me just reiterate that. Someone says, look, oh, look, it's too expensive. It's too expensive, okay? My response to that I was taught is, look, I don't know about that because I don't know your budget. But let me tell you what I do know, okay? If you get on this stuff, you're going to look better, you're going to feel better, your energy's going to improve. It's just going to change the way you look and feel. And that's going to change the way you live, okay? And you're just going to love it. But let me tell you something. If you're not happy with this for any reason after 30 days, even if you still think it's too expensive, I'll be more than happy to give you your money back. So it's not going to cost you anything if you're not happy. So there's no harm in trying the products, right? Now we've got fast, faster and fastest, and we've got chocolate, berry and vanilla. Which flavor do you like? Now that for me has worked tremendously well, because it's get people thinking of it's too expensive to thinking that, okay, I can try it without any problem, and I can try it for 30 days, and if I'm not happy, including if I still think it's too expensive, I can get my money back. Okay, so what I'd like to recommend that you do is to speak with your coach, do some practice on this, do some role play, and then try. Okay, don't resolve from this, because one thing that really is in my mind at this point in time, that every single week around the world, over $100 million worth of these products are being bought and consumed. You know, this is not like buying a TV set that you might have for 5 or 6 years. This is a product that people are buying every month and using every month. Why? Because they're getting the results. Okay? So have that in your mind. $100 million worth of products are being bought and used every single week. So people are buying the product, and it can't be too expensive, because people in Mexico are buying it, people in Indonesia are buying it, people in India are buying it, you know, people in some of the poorer states and countries in Africa are buying it and using it. So how can it be too expensive? So what we want to do is get people off thinking about cost and onto thinking about benefit. And you can do that by saying, listen, I know how you feel, that's how I felt, but let me tell you what I found. Or you can do the comparison thing with the survey. How much do you spend a week on food? How much do you spend a day on food? How much do you spend per meal on food? And then show the breakdowns. And you can just do the, look, I don't know about your budget, but let me tell you what I do know. And what you talk about then is your results, and bolster that person's confidence by saying, look, you know, if you're not happy for any reason, I'll be more than happy to get your money back. But we have fast, faster, fastest, and we have chocolate berry vanilla, which is your favorite flavor. Now, if you start doing that and trying that, you will get better at it. And as you get better, your confidence will go up. And as you become more confident, you'll certainly be able to help more people, which is what we're all about. So remember, guys, our goal is to help an extra 10,000 people in all of our regional cities and areas to enjoy better health in this year of 2013. So let's reach out. Let's help people see the benefits of looking after their health, and let's help fulfill Mark's dream of making the world a better place for people to live in and take care of themselves. Guys, take care, and we'll be talking soon. Ciao.